Good morning, everyone. Thank you for tuning in again into your daily dose of luck, love, and inspiration messages. Thank you for being curious towards what the cards deck would like to channel to us today. So let's ask the cards as to what we need to know today. Sometimes the morning can start into, or the day, no matter when your day starts exactly, it can start with a little bit of a rush. So let's see what message the cards would like to give us today, maybe to keep our cool and be able to go through our day gracefully and in best mood for the weekend. Cards fell off, so there is their answer. Your self-image is made up of your judgments. It's not the real you. Sit for 10 minutes with this question: what it is like to be me when I'm not judging myself. And the affirmation to remind ourselves of today and to repeat to ourselves is: I love and accept myself. This is a very, very, very powerful affirmation. In fact, many people have been able to completely transform their lives with starting to love and to accept themselves completely by releasing all sorts of criticism, self-loathing, self-doubt, a lack of confidence, and so forth, so that you rest assured that you, as you are right now, are perfect, lovable, acceptable, capable of every good thing you set your mind on, capable of being happy, capable of achieving that success you dream of, capable of unfolding and developing your talent. So the moment you decide that you are the creation that is supposed to be here, that this is how you are supposed to be, with your character traits, with your appearance, with your completeness, is the moment in which love starts to flow within. Of course, we all have our self-image predictated by how it is had been how it has had been reflected towards us back in our childhood. For example, when we would go through puberty, or in our youth in general, it's the time in which we more or less define ourselves through what we are being told by other people. And if we would have been in an environment that would have been oriented towards finding imperfection and always criticizing or focusing on what isn't supposed to be the way it is, or not even shying away from bluntly talking down on people. Of course, it's hard for anyone to self-define in a positive way in such an environment. Of course, a positive self-image would become nearly impossible to emerge in under such conditions, unless, of course, one would find the strength to break away, to push back. But even that creates an inner tension that is not conducive to a calm, peaceful, harmonious you. So the self-image is probably what would remain of our core if we would consciously peel off everything that we are being told about ourselves, that we know deep inside is not true, that we refuse to accept, that we would outright reject because we know they are not perceiving us the way we are. They are not seeing the true us, they are not seeing us for who we really are. Because remember, people who would reflect on us as to our self-image can only do so based on their own cognitive and intuitive abilities. So um, if if to use a metaphor, if no one has ever seen an airplane before, then they would not recognize it even if it stands right in front of you, right? So we have to think about to what extent we would like to use these opinions, these comments, whatever form others' um, description of us has taken through the years, we would have to choose to what extent we would like to make it important, to make it a determinant, or maybe place the accent on what you think about yourself. And shall you discover that what you think about yourself is not the most positive of all perceptions, then the analysis has to go deeper. You have to then think about why it is that this opinion is not entirely positive. Why is it that it's not easy for you to look in the mirror and to say that you love and accept yourself exactly as you are? Because usually it's some kind of fear. Unfortunately, for many people, it's also some kind of trauma. Yet it's healable if you would choose to give yourself the greatest gift there ever were and there ever will be, and that is love. If you are giving love to other people, if you are capable to accepting other people unconditionally, then it is only fair towards yourself to give that same love and unconditional acceptance to you as well. Because remember, you are your greatest treasure. The body you have is the only one you will ever have in this lifetime. It's the temple of your soul. It's the temple of your mind. It's the temple where you store all that love and acceptance for the rest of the world. So why not chop off a little piece of that love and acceptance and dedicate it solely to you? And this can be a process that can easily be started through very little things, through a new daily routine. For example, dedicating some extra time to grooming yourself, to looking at yourself in the mirror, or to stop overthinking what you're telling to other people, and to make a decision right here right now that you trust your judgment, that you trust that whatever you do is the best you're able of doing in that very moment, so that there would be no room of doubt. Maybe also avoid certain words for a while, so that you feel more empowered, you feel more comfortable within your own skin. For example, such words could be trying, doubting, apologizing for the smallest things, double checking if people would question what you've been told, what you've presented as a result at work, for example. Simply give yourself that same love and acceptance you would give to the people you most cherish in your lives. It's turning the beam, so to say, towards us, turning the beam of love towards ourselves. Because if we are not capable of loving ourselves, if we are not truly devoted to um, giving ourselves these wonderful warm feelings that we so generously distribute to nearly everyone we meet in our lives, then we are not living a fulfilled life. We are simply martyring in life. We are being there as doormates for other people, but not for ourselves. And guess what? If you choose to love others more than you are capable of loving and accepting yourself, then the moment these other people decide to go their own path in life, um, then you would start feeling empty and probably without purpose. And this is not a balanced way of living. Therefore, I would like to invite you today to do this exercise and really contemplate on the question. It should not or could not necessarily be for 10 minutes, whatever, however time you have. I think it's a great start, yet it's an important question. What it is like to be me when I'm not judging myself. And if you sense any signs of self-doubt or of self-judgment, then the question is, why is there this judgment? Where did it come from? Who installed it in me? Or of course, this should not become a game of finger pointing or looking for someone to blame. But how did it happen that you allowed that judgmental opinion to be stored within your consciousness, within your mind? And isn't it time to simply kick it out the door? There is no place for doubting ourselves if we love ourselves. If you're lovable, whole, and complete, then you are God's creation. And God's creations are always perfect. And there is actually no condition for you to be deemed God's creation. If we are truly created um, according to God's image, then us being His children is, of course, um, by uh, by by default as being perfect, as being lovable, as being acceptable. And probably, if I would even dare say, if we are not ready to love ourselves, to devote attention, kindness, joy, happiness to towards ourselves too, of course, not becoming selfish or not going for an extreme here. Yet, if we would refuse love to ourselves as individuals, as beings, then it may be also an insult to God. I truly believe that if we are given a talent, a special quality of character, something that we can contribute to the world, something that is very special about us, then it's a gift from God. And I would like to think that us focusing on developing that talent, that skill, on us being generous with sharing that talent, skills, or quality of character with the world is how we express or share God's gift with the world. That's a lot of um, a lot to think about in the course of the day. Yet, especially professionally, we always come into situations which may lead us to doubt our competency, our ability to tackle situations, especially when there is some kind of stress or pressure. Yet, stay true to yourself. Stay grounded in your core. Remember that you're far more than the outside world would ever lead you to believe, because it simply does not have the time to look within you so deeply as you could. Only those that are really, really close to you can look through all the layers that you carry as a being. So please make the conscious decision to always love yourself and never deny yourself this greatest mighty gift. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope this is something that resonate with you. This is something that would um, inspire you to introduce even a small positive change into your life, or to simply look at yourself in the mirror and say truly, deeply, and warmly that you love yourself, you accept yourself no matter what. I wish you a very, very pleasant Friday, and I hope to talk to you tomorrow. See you then. Bye.